Well, I don't know who else starts a live video then walks away for 8 minutes, but I got stuck in a conversation, so. Oh. Man, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on here. Let's see. I'm about to eat some dinner real quick and then. Eat some dinner and do a little carving. Don't judge me on this ranch now. What's up, Darren? I don't know if you're still on here or not. Like I said, I disappeared for a little while, but oh, it's been a long time since I've been on here. I've been real busy. It's been a crazy year, to be honest with you. Been a wild ride so far, but it's been awesome. So we got big things happening, cool things happening, different mediums, different projects, all kinds of stuff. So been some long days, short nights, all the usual stuff. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Check real quick. Did it freeze up? Oh, we're good. I don't know if the mic's good or not. I can plug in the actual mic. My name is Bob. I own Fat Bob's Wood Co. in Sevierville, Tennessee. I'm a professional chainsaw carver and full-time artist, and a little bit of everything. Where are you from? Some leftover pizza, and then we'll do a little carving. I actually doing styrofoam lately for a big project, so I've been working on that. So hold on. But I'm usually on Facebook. I say usually. I really haven't been on there much anyway. But is that lighting weird? Oh, okay. I guess just watch me eat right now. Oh, just for a minute. I never really had like video ideas or anything, so it's always like, man, I've been on YouTube in a while. Let me hop on there. That was a little better. And then I walk away for 10 minutes. So. But we've been doing some big projects. That's the worst video ever. Mr. Lewis, how you doing, buddy? Am I doing my typical last minute? That was so hot. Terrible videos. Where we're a carving video or a carving company, but you can sit here and watch me eat. I'm so sorry. This is like the rudest thing I've done in a long time. How you doing, bro? I figure I'll work on a little pumpkin. We've been doing a lot of styrofoam pieces. Where's the brick one? I'm gonna Google that. I've never seen one in person, but they have like that weird, it's got like a funky front bumper, right? It's like hook up these microphones. Might be a little better. Oh, I didn't realize that gold wing doors too. It's dead. Man, I meant to put these on the charger the other day. That's alright, that charger's quick. We'll go outside anyway. I guess I'll show you. What we've been working on. So it's not all the way done yet, but Papa Bear to Mama Bear. And then we got some cubs and stuff, but the cubs are gonna be running up a tree, and so she's gonna be out there yelling at them. Go lay down, Bear. It's definitely getting fall around here. There's Dusty. So all this is for a big project we're doing for a local mountain coaster in town. So we're using the styrofoam as a base. Use the styrofoam as a base, and then we got different hardeners and stuff to put on it. So they're not quite changing here yet, but they're getting ready to start. I was trying to like eat as fast as I could. Just probably have a little more interesting videos, but I just have like this little grill here. And it took a lot longer to heat up than I was anticipating. And again, I was like, oh, I'll just go on live real quick. Been a while. I don't think about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I get pizza getting reheated. So, trying to eat a little fast. And I think we'll just do I'm in the mood to make a pumpkin. And I haven't been in years. But I want to try something with the styrofoam. Be a good little display. A lot bigger pieces, y'all. It's definitely, it's okay. Okay, I'm done. When I first did it, when I first started carving it, I was like, oh, this stuff's so easy. Oh, excuse me. And material-wise, it's way easier. But it's harder at the same time, right? Because everything's so soft. Because in my head, I'm like, oh, we'll just carve this super fast. Do all this stuff, it'll be fine. And, does this mess up anything? It won't let me do that, will it? Let me do this. Orientation is locked. Rotate device. How do I unlock it? I guess. Oh, that'll be better. I'll get the microphones. They're on the charger now, so. And I won't be on here super long. I'm exhausted today. So, the Styrofoam's been an interesting journey. And it does good. It does good, but the finishing work is a lot more. So a little bit of a process. I mean, I haven't been on a live video in so long. Like I don't even feel awkward. I haven't even done a video in so long. It's probably been a year since I've done like a legit video. So like I said, the Styrofoam's been an interesting process because like we're using hot knives, rasps. My electric saw I still use quite a bit. No oil in it or anything. But actually, my favorite tool has just been this like horse dehairer thing. This thing, it's made for horses, but man, you can just move a lot of material really quickly. So, um, yeah. I literally have like, it's been so long since I've been on here, so. I guess what's been going on behind the scenes, we have been heavily focused on this mountain coaster project. It's been a little more involved than I thought it was going to be. So we had some learning to do on there. Now it says it's charged 100%. So let's do this. Hopefully. Cool. I don't know what retouch is. What does that mean? I don't know. Anyway, so maybe you guys can hear me a little bit better. I don't feel like I'm yelling or getting on the background noise. So, like I said, the styrofoam way different than wood. So like I said, the carving part's easier. You can move a lot of material a lot faster, right? So, but the finishing work is almost like auto body work. So I mean, there's fillers, there's sanding, there's this, there's that. So um, that's been kind of a learning process for me. So I'll go show you this other barrel real quick again. Nice thing is you can add pieces really easily. I'm gonna turn this around. So this bear, you can see, so there's like these little pits and everything in there. So what I didn't do the first time, what I tried this time on this one, you see how much smoother that is already, is I didn't put I put a filler after the hard coat. So it was really porous. So you had all this stuff in here, and I was assuming that the hard coat would fill that in a lot more, but it didn't as well as I wanted it to. And so this one, it's got one coat on it so far, but you can see how much smoother this is, where that one's got like some pits and stuff in it. And so that's been a learning process, and I still got to paint the muzzle, finish the nose, and do the eyes and stuff. But they're both on rock basis. She's got a little dress on. This one's going to be leaning on a concrete wall. And there's a bigger pumpkin that I had. But I'm going to try to set this. So I got the microphone on. I'm going to try to set this. Find a way to hold this up. And I'll just, I'll take this piece right here. And mainly I just want to do is just try something else on this pumpkin. So if I can figure out how to. Let me see. We might be okay there. Cool thing is, this is just a scrap piece. And we get massive blocks. I mean, I got 30. They're 4x8 sheets. Actually, I'll just show them to you while I got you on here. There's a little daylight left. We had a tent back here, but we had a pretty much a tornado come through and destroy everything. But There's a high school's just like right over the hill back here. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but they had all these horns going. Um, that's hilarious. So we actually feet to 20,000 square feet. I really want the 22,000 square feet one, but I did find one. It's about 5,000 square feet. There's a couple really cool places. This one in particular is just literally 2 minutes up the road. So we're going to segue into that warehouse and then move probably another year and really start focusing more on this commercial work. But you can see how these styrofoam blocks start out. I'm like 6 foot, you know what I mean? But no, I'm not. But you see how big they really are. I mean, they're big blocks. We got a bunch. So I ordered 30 of them. They all came and it was a whole tractor trailer load full of these styrofoam blocks. They're 4 by 8-ish by 3-ish foot thick. And so we'll use that as our base. Like where the wood has like some resistance, obviously it's denser. You can kind of ride bits a little bit more, ride the chains a little bit more. Where the styrofoam, it's cutting. And so you got to have a little more control. The forgiving part in the styrofoam, it's easy to fill in stuff. I mean, you just take a can of great stuff spray foam, you can glue pieces together. The other benefit is, I mean, we've got these big chunks, right? And so even those big chunks right there, how did I do this before? Even those big chunks right there, I mean, they weigh 80 pounds. So like that Papa Bear, that Mama Bear, you can just pick it up one hand, move the material around pretty quickly. So I guess what I'll do. Oh, that's a terrible angle. Man, I don't have a way because it won't let me turn this around. I guess we'll just do this, and I'll check comment here periodically. I will say I do carve with my mouth open, so the styrofoam's a little gross to work with. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do a pumpkin? Should it be laying down or standing up with a big stem on it? Let's do one standing up. We'll do one standing up. Yeah. So this is just a hot knife. I'll probably carve most of this with this. This is small enough. And literally this thing just gets super hot. And it just melts away. So I'll just use this hot knife. start cutting a little piece away, but you can see how fast it is. I'm gonna try something real quick. Oh. So I mean, primarily you're gonna just see this on all your commercial work. So all your I'm gonna see if this will work. Almost. That's so close. I'm just trying to create a little stand for this phone. Or that I'm on my tablet, so. We're cooking now. Hey, we got it. So I just dug out this little piece. So I just stick this in here. Maybe I can do this now. Let's see. 40 minutes in. There we go. I think something a little different for this one. I'll just heat up for a second. I don't think this stem needs to be super long, because it is going to create a weak point. See kind of how nasty this stuff is. I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna do we'll do a double pumpkin over this one. So these particular blocks came from Maryland, but let's see that. You can also create this with like store-bought foam. And laminate it together. I will say, it does create quite the mess. So I think what we're gonna do is create like a double pumpkin. Stacked up on each other. And I'm essentially just using this like a chainsaw, essentially. So in fact, I might grab my chainsaw here in a minute. And I'm just looking for rough shapes. And pumpkins are funky, right? So we just... Should we do a double or like a single pumpkin? What do you guys think? Let's do a double. We'll make this one like a suitcase pumpkin. So we'll just we'll cut it wide so they're more flat and kind of lay out. I think that's going to give us the look I'm wanting. I mean, we might as well do two, right? On the base. Yeah. All right, we'll call that there. So we'll do 2 suitcase pumpkins. And just a regular jack-o'-lantern pumpkin on the top. So you can see, like, it's just oh man, it is so messy, Josh. It is so messy. And kind of gross, to be honest with you. So I'm going to set this inside so we get a little bit of light. And I'll show you that horse brush I was telling you about. Cody. So far, my handy dandy. That's all. This is actually the messy part, Josh. So. Oh, but we'll get the basic shape down. We'll get a basic shape down and you see how okay. My Wi-Fi is in the other building over there. You can see how fast everything just kind of forms into place. Oh, this is nothing, Josh. This is those big pieces over there. It's like 15 garbage bags full of just the one bear. So I don't necessarily like it more than wood. Let's see if I can get a better angle. I guess there's pros and cons of both of them, right? So carving wise, you know, you can move material quickly. Especially this brush right here. This is pretty aggressive. It is pretty nasty. But it kind of reminds me of chiseling. Like it's really intimate. And I'm doing like the most primitive using the most like primitive tools, if that make any sense. But you can see how you can shape things really quickly. It's I guess the same with the chainsaw. You know, your chainsaw moves material quickly. But the finishing work takes a while. And I just figured out a new process that I was talking about earlier. I'm just adding little veiny lines in here. Just to give it a little bit of... I'll tell you what is hard is like where everything's so white. Sometimes it gets blended in pretty good. You can see how it tapes up pretty quickly. Oh, so it's coming out okay. How long did it take you to get the feel for working with it? To get a feel with the chainsaw? How, like the feel with the styrofoam? I've learned a lot very quickly. And I'll tell you, with the styrofoam, kind of reminds me of like old school carving days. Like, nobody's really open and sharing a lot of information. So I did a ton of research, many nights watching videos. And even today, just trying something new. It's the same with carving, right? So I'm sure a year from now we'll learn better stuff than what we're doing now. And again, we're using the most like primitive tools for this stuff. Do they work? For sure. But there's definitely some better stuff out there. I mean, I have hot wires and bow knives and hot knives, but honestly, like, I love these more than anything. And what I found challenging, especially like the big bears, right? Like, you're doing these big 8-foot pieces that are 4 feet wide, and they're not round, right? And so, like that mama bear, she was 3 foot wide, 6 foot tall. But it was a square. So on one side, I had all this extra material. So at one point, I kind of had a little bit of carver's block. And I'm just trying to figure out how to get everything in there and get the dress flowy right. And so we started this project a little while ago. We've had some hiccups along the way. But that's the same with carving wood. I mean, I knew at the core of it, carving's carving. Doesn't matter if it's soap or rock or styrofoam or wood or, bark. Carving's the same. But it was the finishing process that I was really like struggling with. Like, what finish I use? I mean, we tried fiberglass, we tried this other stuff. Just wasn't happy with any of it. And so I found this company out of Wisconsin, and they were super helpful and really knowledgeable. And actually, I like the product a little more than I thought I was going to. It is not cheap. Nothing about this is cheap. I mean, it's an $8 tool, but all your finishing coats are very expensive. So I had to buy a new air compressor. There was just some things I didn't realize. So, I mean, it's kind of reinvigorating, if that makes any sense. Because it's all brand new. But boy, does it make a mess. And that's the only thing. And so, when I was looking at these warehouses, that was the main component for it. Because the commercial side for us is really taking off. And hopefully we can maintain and kind of expedite some things along the way. Biggest thing is I wasn't set up for any of it, and so now that the daylight's going away quicker, throw just some smaller guys through here. Temperature's starting to drop a little bit around here. You know, that's the biggest thing. Like the spray paint and carving the bears and stuff, like it's a little more forgiving as far as like the finishing side goes. There's a lot of thought, right? So I mean, we have these big projects. This mountain coaster one is huge, and so but we have a bigger one right around the corner that's going to keep us busy for 3 years. Be a 3-year project for us minimum. So I mean, we're really excited about it. Real excited about it, but there's a lot of meetings. We got to talk a lot about budgets and all this other stuff. So and I'm doing like the I get a better angle over here. So, I mean, it's been a crazy year for us. We've had a lot of ups and downs and lefts and rights. Great stuff, not so great stuff, as any business. But God's making a way through it all. And this commercial work for us, I think, is going to really open up a lot of opportunities, a lot of bigger opportunities. And it's really where I feel drawn to go to. Getting married in October next month. Getting married next month, and it kind of changes everything. Hopefully, start a family soon, and But you can see how, I don't say quick of a process. And again, I would normally use like my orbital sander, something along those lines. But since we're chit chatting, I'll just do this for now. But you can see we went hot saw, horse brush, rasp, and sandpaper. And you can see like it coming into shape pretty quickly. And so once we get done with this, and I'll probably just do this top pumpkin because I'm tired. I've been up since 3 o'clock, so and then we're just going to put a filler after this, and then we'll let it sit overnight. And get nice and hard. But you can see it don't take a lot of effort. And all this is just a 120 grit. So, I mean, we could even go probably a little heavier. And then work our way up. But honestly, you don't need to do too much of more aggressive sandpaper than this. And maybe we should have just done one. You're willing to open, explore, and expand your boundaries to learn and keep growing. You know, when you're here's the balance, and this is what I struggled with, right? Like, so when you're carving for a living, you know, and you got employees and you got your own house to feed and all these other things, you know. Take on projects sometimes that maybe I wouldn't want to. But for business, you know, we do whatever it takes to keep the lights on. So there's been a few projects this year that I necessarily don't want to do. I got one I got to start tomorrow. But like, this is fun. Like, this is exciting. I was yesterday, because I haven't been able to carve as much. It's just been a lot of meetings. And I was looking for a warehouse, and that was a whole adventure in itself. You know, and stuff around here, they want a premium for not a lot. So, and I'll tell you one example. Found a great little spot up the road. It was a little further than I want to be out, but we were out there. It started out $2,500, and that was on a Friday. By Monday, it was $2,750. By Wednesday, it was $3,500. Called this week, it's $4,000. I'm like, man, like this is crazy. And this is somebody I kind of knew, not personally, just through business here. And there wasn't nothing. It's just an open room. Don't get me wrong, it was awesome. And even at the 3,500, it was a good price. But I didn't like that he was like just changing the price every time I talked to him. So I found another spot. It was $5,000, and we got up to $8,000 a month, and it's like, man, like, that's a lot of carvings on top of my gallery here. And so I went and looked at a spot yesterday, and that was at the top of my budget where I really wanted to be. It was cool. It was a cool spot. But then got a phone call or a text message that I've been hoping for a while, and so it just worked out so much better. Especially just to get us through the winter time. Look at that. We got a little pumpkin. So I guess I was saying that just because, you got to adapt and overcome. And, tourism's been down a little bit, quite a bit this year. And there's a lot of places that haven't made it. And a lot of places for rent around here. You know what I'm saying? So I was telling everybody this week, it's time for us to dig a little deeper. We push ourselves into it. And, this commercial side for us is something I'm really wanting to focus into. And so, I don't know if that means keeping a gallery open, if it's worth keeping a gallery open. Because I don't know. It's something we got to pray about. I love this place. But at some point, if the commercial work's keeping us busy and keeping us going, then that's what I'm going to focus on. And I enjoy it. I enjoy the networking side of it. Being involved in the community. So, and it's just different. So it's new. It's got new emotions and just like excitement and thrill, and getting to design and create these big pieces and these big projects, and something I've been really wanting to do. But it's different than, let's say, your everyday residential or homeowner or whatever you want to call it, and regular customer. Because that's so cool in its own way. I mean, it means something to them, right? You put your passion into the art, and the people love it and care about it. And, with the business side of it or the commercial side of it, it's just numbers. It's just black and white. But at the other end of it, it's just numbers, and it's just black and white. So it's got its. They both have their things, but it just depends on what you want to focus on. You know, I have a tendency to really overthink everything, and maybe react in different ways and different things. But it's all learning. All part of the journey. I'm pretty happy with this so far. It can be as complicated as you want it to be, obviously. I do think I want to add just a little. There we go. Thing with the foam too to keep in mind is you do got to carve deeper. Because by the time you put your filler, your hardener, your paint, you know, this detail, every bit of it fills in just a hair more. I think we're at a point. I might hit it with a little 220. Smooth it out just a little more. And I'm hoping too, Josh, that you know, with the commercial side of stuff, man, I really want to get back into doing videos again. Oh, and might set up a little studio in the warehouse. That's been the hardest part is like, you know, I got me and Vander here. He's got myself and Vander carving. And It's been just as tight could be. We've missed a bunch of deadlines. But I'd like to do like more of a vlog video style like I used to do, you know. It was just so easy back then. I didn't realize how easy it was. All I'm doing right now is hitting with a little 220. You know, because this foam is bubbly. So if you push too hard, you'll end up ripping pieces out of it. And you'll be chasing that. So I'm just trying to smooth this out just a hair. So I don't have to use as much filler. Look at it. Imperfectly perfect pumpkin to me. It is an imperfectly perfect pumpkin. Honestly, like I haven't wanted to do pumpkins in 5 years. I've just done so many of them over the years, and today I was like, man, just a little freedom carve. I get back to the roots, you know. Sometimes you just got to get back to the basics. I was like, let's just do a pumpkin. I made one earlier, but it was like very blocky and square. I did not like it. Whew. So from here, might get loud for a second. So give me a second. And you can honestly spend your whole life on one pumpkin if you wanted to. So I think we're at a good stopping point. At a good little stopping point. Again, this is just... Oh. Still a little bit of a... So I put the spackling on there. I've tried a few different products, and we tried this one today. Seems to be good. Although I put one coat a little thick. And so what this is going to do, and what I didn't do before, is I did the hardener like after this point. Right, so when I did have this done on the Big Bear, I sprayed it with the hardener thinking that was going to fill in some of the pieces. So I've had to go through and like Bondo a bunch of stuff. So we'll just we'll take this and we'll use this to fill it in. We'll let it sit. Sometimes I do a basic 5-minute carve to get in a creative mind frame. I do too, man. You know, it's funny because the business side has grown so much, and I talk about this a lot, and I don't want to say this is like coming off negative. Like, the business has grown. We've had growing pains, right? And so it's a weird dynamic with what I'm trying to do, I guess, because I could very simply do like I did in the beginning and carve bears on the side of the road up here and have a nice gallery, not do any orders, not even try this stuff, just do what I know what to do, and not grow. I'm just incapable of doing that, you know what I mean? So it's been an interesting little I don't know if this is the right way to do this, but it's definitely gonna be a faster way to do this. And again, most of my time is very much spent on designs and orders and trying to set up these big jobs. Like, they don't just come like, okay, let's do it. You know, there's a process. We have insurances you got to go through and licensing, and you know, so you know, I just I'm hoping long term it just makes carving easier for all of us here, and then when we get more people and new people, and do a little more production style, and then ultimately just get back to carving. You know, these are my favorite moments, just being at the shop by myself, you know, just kind of getting lost from the world. It's been a while. Because there's just constantly a got to get this done list, and when we get something done, like I don't get to enjoy it, because it's like immediately, okay, that's done, we gotta go on the next one. So it's a weird balance. But I guess this pumpkin is like that for me, Josh. You know what I mean? This pumpkin is definitely that. Just get back to the basics. It wasn't my first carving I ever did, but it was closest to the first carving I ever did. And most carvers, you know, like, they start doing pumpkins. And so I just had a hankering to do a pumpkin. I think that's getting that creative juices flowing. You know, because it's not like it was years ago. And I might be a little honest with you. You know, it's definitely simpler back then, and even though I thought it was overly complicated, you know. So it's just nice to get back to the basics, like you said. It's important to do. I used to preach on that, right? As far as like carving goes, like always have like a freedom piece for yourself, you know, because the reality is everybody wants your most creative side when they want it. They want your 100% motivation when they want it and need it and got to have it. And so it's just, it can be hard to juggle. And I got a few friends, you know, they'll call and ask for like some advice and stuff. I'll just tell them flat out, dude, just like keep it simple. I'm too deep into it. We're beyond simple anymore. So, um, but in those moments, we just lean on God even more. Even though I allow myself to get distracted and all those things, you know, God's got an amazing way just to kind of snap me back to what's important. And so I do have a tendency to get lost in the busyness a little bit. Maybe not read my Bible as much as I should. And, you know, but thank God for his forgiveness and his love, and because I tried doing this on my own and it just doesn't exist without God. It doesn't exist without God. So that's been like another struggle, you know, because I was really considering closing down the shop and just going full force in this commercial work. You know, this next project is enough to keep me busy for a while, and we got projects for 2027 lined up, and um, I'm like, man, I could just stay on the commercial side and do these big projects and be home at a reasonable hour, and you know, but this place is special, so. Harpy Girl, Slipper, the Sky Dragon, Yu-Gi-Oh. Come on. Yeah. And there is only one God, brother. Or sister, I don't know. And we probably have similar paths or story, and hopefully one day you can just give yourself to the good Lord, because I'll tell you what, he loves you, and he will change your life. So, but there's only one God. Only one. And I've had that happen before, so your little whatever you're trying to do there has no power, brother. So Yeah, we're getting. Totally understandable. I'll be honest with you, Josh. Like, I was searching, and all my friends that own businesses, and asking advice and what they would do, what I should do, and everybody has a different opinion, and instead of going to the source, so I haven't really committed or really made up my mind completely. I just want whatever it is to God to maintain the full glory and the credit. But that's what I was talking to Sharon about yesterday. Like if we did close the shop, like this place is, God gave us an opportunity here to plant so many seeds with people and just the conversations and stuff. So I love this. I love this spot. So if I can find a way to maintain both, we're gonna do the best we can. We're gonna do the best we can. And it's wild though, going from wood to this. This was a big step I missed earlier. So I think this will be just fine, just like it. Because once this cures and dries, we'll go through the same process. All I'm trying to do is just kind of smooth this out just a hair more. One mistake I did with this is I put it on so thick in a couple spots in that last pair. It just it did not want to dry. So we'll just go through here and get some of the excess off. I think that's it. We'll let this sit overnight. So we got a pumpkin in about an hour. And again, like if I was doing this, I would use my DA sander and Boom. We got a pumpkin. We'll just let this sit. In the morning, we'll hit the little sandpaper. Oh boy. Yeah. That'll be just fine. Got a little bit of character. It'll sand out smooth. I'm gonna smoke one cigarette with y'all. I think I want to do some like tutorial stuff, maybe. Like I said, with the foam stuff, nobody's really talking about it. So I'll just start it out. I was kind of what I've learned already and just share what I know. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's another person carving and escaping, whatever. Spend time with the good Lord. And so I'm hoping maybe when I get into that other space, you know, maybe when I'm by myself, I can sit and set up a little studio area inside of it and do some more stuff and put together some videos and some things. And so that's what the space we're going to do is perfect for this. The space that I really want. It's double than really what I want to spend. But there's a little more room to grow into it. But this would be a good step. And so I really wanted those 22,000 square foot warehouse. Boy, we'd have so much going on in there. But we're just not quite there yet. So yeah. But that is a little introduction to foam carving. Go home. I still got a little work to do yet. I'll probably crash out here tonight. Yeah. But anyway, I appreciate it. And Josh, you've been amazingly supportive over the years, and hopefully one day I get to meet you, brother. And, you know, hope you and your family are doing good. I promise you, I still have your package sitting in there, and I'll tell you why I haven't sent it. Is I wanted to carve something. You know, you always carve these things for me. And I wanted to carve something for you to kind of put in. So you know, I had like shirts and hats. I wanted to make you a little bear, and so I am get a bunch of stuff shipping out Monday. So if I can get something in there, Josh, 4.5 years later, we'll get something over there for you. But it was like we had the one shirts. I was like, oh, we're getting new shirts here soon. So I was like, I'll put a new shirt in there. And so I really appreciate you over the years and just your thoughtful gifts and snacks and just your support, brother. Means a lot. So just thanks for hanging out with me and listening to me babble on about nothing. I really want to do more videos. And maybe I'll pick a day. I mean, Thursday nights seem to be like a good night to do it. So, and again, I was doing like Facebook Lives more than YouTube. So, there's a program that I could stream both at the same time. You know, with the styrofoam, it's not quite as dusty or fine dusty, I guess, if you will. So maybe I can get like an actual camera. I don't know. we'll figure it out. I'll use my tablet or my phone in the meantime, but I definitely just want to show what we're doing a little bit more and teach a little bit more and we were doing the podcast for a minute and we haven't done it in months. Um, it just got wrapped up in being so busy, like it's hard to make time. Um, so hopefully that changes soon and we can explore some progress, some projects together, and we can learn some stuff along the way too. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go. But yeah, it's a good peaceful night. That was fun. That was fun. Way better than going through emails and all that stuff. So I appreciate it. I'm gonna hop off here, but thanks for joining me on this journey of changing the world one piece at a time. Thank you again, Josh. Thank you guys for hanging out. Uh, whatever your name is, Brad, whatever that comment was, brother. Pray for you. And I'll just pray that God doesn't have to get your attention like He had to do mine. It was in a really, really low place, but He'll reach you, brother. And I'm here for you. I love you. I love you all. And yeah, I'll have to send you some wedding snacks. What did you send me? And I'll keep talking. And there was these one things. The coffee was fantastic, by the way. What was that? I'll have to see. I think I took a picture of it. I'll have to see what it was. There's something that was like just so delicious in there. But I'll send you some. But we don't have like. See, here I go on a tangent again. I don't have. Tennessee doesn't really have like snacks. I don't know if you guys have moon pies up there. Like I don't eat moon pies, but there's like a moon pie store here. Um, so I'll send you a moon pie. They're okay. They're not my favorite. It's just like a marshmallow graham crackery thing. Um, I'll send you some stuff too. I still have your I got your address. So it's sitting in the office in there. So maybe this weekend we got to go shopping and do some stuff. The wedding's October 25th, so we got some last couple. I'll tell you this about that. Here's another tangent. Started out super simple, and then it's still very simple considering, but man, it grew into a little more than I was thinking. So we've had some last minute stuff to go do, and we're doing it at my brother-in-law's house, and it's just family and a few friends. But we gotta do some stuff. So I'll think about it this weekend. If not, there's a gas station right up the road. I'm gonna get you some stuff. So, but anyway, I love you guys. Thank y'all. We have Joe Lewis, a red velvet cake treat. Golly. I mean, obviously, I love treats, man. So, but thank you, man. I'm gonna hop off here. Love you, brother. Love you guys, and I'll see y'all very, very soon.